welcome to today's reading. Oh my gosh, I just got so excited to see you all. If this is the first time that you're seeing me, I am the Hermit Tarot. This is my YouTube channel. I've been reading for a long time, and I've been doing this style of reading for a long time too, but I just haven't revisited it in a long time. Someone recently pointed out that this style of reading is kind of what made me the Hermit Tarot, what made me so big on YouTube. And I couldn't agree more. The only problem is this style of reading is very energetically taxing. It is so draining, and I'm filming your intro after I finished filming all the readings. So if I look tired, if I look drained, that is why. I wanted to wait and do the intro last so that I could have a more accurate portrayal of what to expect. So without further ado, this reading is a channeled messages reading. I will be channeling first person from the person on your mind. So you do need to approach this reading with a specific person in mind. Somebody asked on the community page of my channel, are we allowed to ask about the concept of a person, like a future spouse concept? Absolutely, yes. As long as you have the idea, the concept in your mind, that is fine. I highly recommend with any of these readings that are general, that are about connecting with a larger audience, that you set your intentions. Set your intention by thinking of the person or the concept of that person when you select a group, and that will help you find a group with the most honest messages for you. So each of the readings are going to be getting first person channeled messages from the person on your mind. Then I will be having a look objectively at what else you need to know. By channeling their energy, I'm able to see through their eyes for a specific period of time. I'm able to think like them and observe what they're observing. So I'm also able to share that kind of insight. And then we close your reading with getting channeled messages from the archangels. The extended reading will be covering the future of this connection by looking at what is next in this connection. It's going to be in person A, person B format, focusing more on the next actions of each person, what is next in love for each person, and how that's going to affect the connection. And then I will be getting advice from the archangels for each person as well. There's more about the extended reading in the description box or the pinned comment. It is a wonderful way of supporting the channel. You don't need to access the extended readings, but my goal behind having them is to create more depth, more clarity, and by getting a bigger picture perspective of what's happening in your situation. So in this case, in the connection. I think that's all from me. Let's go into the pick a group portion now so that we can see which of these groups you're feeling most drawn to. Hi everyone, welcome to the pick a group portion. As you can see, we have 4 groups in front of us. If you need to set your intentions before you select a group, I suggest you do that now. Pause the video, focus on the clarity, the questions, and the confirmation you need from today's reading. I will be setting my intentions in each of your groups. You'll see that once you know which of these 4 groups you're feeling most drawn to. So the 4 groups are separated by 4 different tarot decks, as you can see. Group 1 over here, you have the Cosmic Slumber Tarot by Tilly Walden. And this is what the cards look like in your deck. If you feel drawn towards this style, the cards, the number, or anything to do with this group, you'll be a part of Group 1's reading. Group 2, you have, actually I'm going to flip that back over. You have the Animal Tarot by Ambi Sun. It's called the Orion's Animal Tarot. And this is what the cards look like, in your deck. So same thing, if you feel drawn towards this group, you'll be a part of Group 2's reading. Group 3, you have the Tarot del Toro And I've just got to double check who created this deck. Thomas Hiho. I'll put his name in the pinned comment. But this is what Group 3's deck looks like. It is inspired by Guillermo del Toro. And if you feel drawn towards this deck in any way, you'll be a part of Group 3's reading. And then over to our far right, we have Group 4. And this deck is called the Mystic Minds? Mystic Dreams Advanced Tarot. Now, this is by Saint Soleil. And I haven't used this deck in a minute, so I'm excited to use it. Here's what the cards in Group 4 look like. Very interesting imagery. To be fair, I could say that about all the groups, but they're obviously very different decks. If you feel drawn towards this deck, you'll be a part of Group 4's reading. So rewind the video if you need a better look at each of the groups. Pause the video. And when you know which of these 4 groups you're feeling most drawn to, click on the timestamps and join me in your reading. To open your meditation, I'm going to ask you to take in 3 deep, mindful breaths. I want you to breathe in for 3 seconds and breathe out for 3 seconds. I will be guiding you through this. Make sure you're comfortable. Focus on the sound of my voice, and let's begin. Breathe in, 1, 2, 3, and out, 1, 2, 3. Breathe in, 1, 2, 3, and out, 1, 2, 3. Last breath. Breathe in, 1, 2, 3, and out, 1, 2, 3. From this relaxed place, observe the groups in your mind. It can help if your eyes are closed. Is there a specific color you feel most drawn to right now? Perhaps it was a phrase I spoke about in the intro. Allow your relaxed mind to guide you to a group you are being most drawn to. Remember, your intuition is not a loud voice, but it is a strong voice, and it knows which of these groups contains the most honest messages for you. Allow it to guide you through symbols, colors, objects, and phrases that will connect you with the group that holds the most clear, honest messages for you. If you need more time, pause the video or repeat this meditation. Hi Group 1, and welcome to your reading. If you recognize this deck, it is the Cosmic Slumber Tarot deck by Tilly Walden, then you're going to be in the right place. We're asking Spirit for channeled messages from the person on your mind, and full disclosure, this is intended to be a romantic reading or a love interest reading. You can do your best to apply the messages platonically to your situation, but I will be reading romantically. Now, my intentions as your reader are to do this with love and honesty. I'm going to try to convey the message in a supportive way, but ultimately, I don't want to lie to you, okay? So whatever comes through, we're going to do it. We're going to have to confront it. But as the person channeling, I will try to do that with love. So let me set my intentions, and I highly recommend you set yours. As the viewer, you can set your intentions by focusing on the key questions, clarity, topics, or signs you may need from this reading to be able to move forward with your life. Spirit, please tune me into my Group 1's energies. Please help me offer Group 1 the most clear, honest messages from their person. Please help me channel this person's energy with clarity and with love, so that I can help Group 1 understand what is in their best interest moving forward. Please help me to find the messages that may offer additional closure and certainty for Group 1. Thank you, Spirit. Okay, let's get some cards out, shall we? So the way that I do my channeled messages is I channel this person first, and then I explain to you what I was feeling after I've channeled. And we always close your reading with advice. So let's see what they want to say to you. Spirit, what does Group 1's person want to say to them? What does Group 1's person want to say to them, please, Spirit? What does Group 1's person want to say to them? What does Group 1's person want to say to them, Spirit? Okay. 3 of Swords, Ace of Torches, Princess of Cups, 5 of Torches at the back of the deck. Alrighty. Spirit, what does this person want to say to Group 1? What does this person want to say? We have I didn't mean it. What does this person want to say? This is not a phase. What does this person want to say, Spirit? Take a leap. What does this person want to say, Spirit? Whoops. And we have this was meant to be. All right. Now I'm going to zoom out so I can fit all the cards in, and I'll bring you a bit closer. Okay, we'll move that out of the way because it's casting a shadow. Come on now, work with me. Okay. That's annoying. All right. Spirit, can we clarify the 3 of Swords? Can we clarify the 3 of Swords, please, Spirit? What is the 3 of Swords saying? Okay. Let me have you. What is the Ace of Torches saying? I am manifesting you. What is the Princess of Cups saying? I feel the same way. What is the 5 of Torches at the back of the deck saying? I could be your hero, baby. Okay. I don't like that, so we're going to do this instead. And let me just make sure it's all in frame. Yeah, cool. That's a lot better. Okay, goodness me, sweet souls. Let's tune into this person's energy. I don't even really know where to begin. There is so much that I need to explain to you. And at this point, I'm tired of being in a position where there are still questions left. I'm tired of this connection being one that is constantly challenged and compared to other people and other people's relationships. I'm very frustrated by the amount of opinions about us. And I kind of wish you didn't tell everybody everything that happened. I wish you would have just kept that between us, Now I feel like I really need to prove myself. Like I really need to show not just you, but everybody around you that I am good enough, capable enough, strong enough. I am overwhelmed by external validation, external opinions, external pressure. This connection never really felt like just you and I. It felt like I had to be something to the other people in my life and your life as well. But I am tired of giving so much energy to those other people. I do just want it to be us. I do just want to have peace and settle the amount of conflict and challenge. I recognize how some of the choices I've made recently are decisions and choices that would have made you feel like I was choosing outside of this connection. I never meant to create pain. I just wanted freedom. I wanted more opportunities. And I was so tired of fighting. I'm at a point in my journey where I really have to put myself first. And it's been hard having these difficult conversations with other people and with you about what my future looks like and about what I should be doing and what I'm not doing enough of. I'm at the point where I know I can't make everybody happy, and I'm not really happy myself, but I need to do something. I'm tired of being the underdog. I'm tired of always having to prove myself. And I'm also tired of not trying harder for myself. And although this may seem like the cowardly way of doing things, it is a reflection of how little energy I have right now. I am trying to do what is best, but I'm also trying to do what is easier, what is going to be less stressful, challenging. I'm trying to choose a path that leads to more opportunities without me having to juggle so much and do so much. And I know how my choices pushed you away or seemed to completely do the opposite of everything I told you. I still feel a strong flame towards you, a strong burning feeling for you. There are times where my desire for you, my passion for you burns so strong, I feel as though I'm drawing you towards me. And I feel like the chemistry that we have is very overwhelming. It's exciting. It's a feeling that I missed. There is a lot about us that still feels very new, very fresh. Whether that's because we're on a new journey right now, just because the energy between us is making us think that we can have this new beginning. I feel optimistic and excited about what could happen between us. But I'm not really thinking that far ahead. I'm really trying to just focus on how I feel right now. And I feel excited and very attracted to you right now. My communication with you is a reflection of how I'm thinking about you and when I'm thinking about you. I'm not trying to play games. I'm just going by my impulses. And again, I'm not thinking very far ahead. So I'm trying to talk to you in a way that shows you when you're on my mind and that explains the way that I feel about you, which is very passionate. I have a lot of ideas about what the two of us can achieve, what we can do, and the kind of fun we could have together. I spend a lot of time thinking and fantasizing about you and imagining the two of us being together intimately, physically, sexually. You've definitely lit a spark within me, and other people can see that too. Sometimes I feel like I'm showing you a side of myself that I'm not fully comfortable with. I don't know if what I'm saying is funny or attractive, or if I'm just coming across as conceited and one-sided, but I am trying to be clever with my words, and at times it looks like I'm trying to be somebody that I'm not. It's because I'm not fully confident in being that type of way all the time, and I think I talk in a way with you that is very different to who I truly am. When it comes to what we have and how I feel, no matter how long we've known each other or what has happened recently, I do feel a familiarity within you. I feel a connection with you. And there are moments where I feel safe enough and comfortable enough with you to be able to open up to you in ways that I don't with other people. There is a kindredness between us that I truly appreciate, and it's almost a feeling of friendship. It's a sweetness as well that makes me feel very comfortable being a more emotional version of myself around you. I don't get to do these things, be this way and feel this way with a lot of people. So I do really appreciate that about you and how you've been able to draw that out of me. I do have the same feelings as you, and I do my best to try to show you that, not just through my words, but through my gestures. You bring out a sweeter side to me that is more flirty and fun, a little bit more charismatic, but I'm still pretty early stages with the way that I show you this, and I know that I try not to show too much seriousness. I'm just trying to enjoy the moments and the opportunities as they present. I do already feel a strong enough connection with you where I'm very focused on this connection. I wouldn't try this hard for just anybody. And I'm starting to really appreciate how the way that I feel about you in terms of the passion and the connection is not just a phase. And I wish I would have had the hindsight or the insight to know that before I did things that made you question my integrity towards you. I didn't mean to make you feel like you couldn't trust me, like I was selfish, or like I was playing games. And I do feel like this is between us somehow, like there's something still between us, standing in the way of us. And I understand if it's made you wander elsewhere and feel as though you have to keep your options open or think about alternative pathways for you outside of this connection. But I would hope that we have a strong enough connection to be able to talk about that and communicate that with each other. I'm at the point in this connection where I feel like I need to do more. And I want to enjoy what it is. I want to kind of just keep going with the flow of the connection. I don't want to force anything. And I don't want to take away from anything as well, because I really enjoy what we already have. And I'm pretty keen to just let the early stages of this phase in our connection to continue to develop naturally. I do feel like we have a strong enough foundation to where our future could be really bright, and the two of us could have something very special together. Sweet souls, I'm going to end it there, because the more I try to pressure this person on what the heck they can see for the future, the more vague they get, and I don't like it. It's actually making my chest tight. So we need to figure that out. The extended reading is going to cover what is next in this connection, and the extended reading is what supports this channel, so I don't want to take that away from the integrity of those readings, but also the beautiful souls who will be purchasing those readings. We're going to talk about what is next in this connection, the next actions of the both of you, what is next in love for the both of you objectively, and then we're going to get advice for the both of you to help you understand what is happening. But here on YouTube, I do just want to have a better look at this person's energy. I'm sensing a flakiness. This Three of Swords is a red flag. The Five of Torches is a red flag. And it's like the channeled messages are making excuses for this person. Now, I appreciate how I'm covering a broad range of people, and I don't want to take away from the positive messages in this reading. I wouldn't channel anything unless I felt it was honest. So all the messages of sweetness and connection, attraction are genuine, okay? But I do just want to explore this Three of Swords a little bit more. What happened here? And if you know what happened, then that is fine. But I just need to get some clarity so I can figure out why this person is blocking and making excuses. Spirit, what is this Three of Swords? Because at one point they indicated that this was you, and I wasn't comfortable saying that out loud, but as I was channeling their energy, it felt like you had made the choice to entertain another option outside of this connection. And if that resonates, take it. But I think that that's projection. So I just want to see, Spirit, what is the Three of Swords about for my group ones? What is this Three of Swords about? Okay, I made a mistake. Yeah, okay. So for some of you, there is another relationship. I made a mistake. The integrity of a commitment was not honored. Somebody's already in a relationship, or somebody already made another commitment and they didn't honor that, or they're trying to honor it, but they still feel like they're dishonoring it, especially with the Justice card. This is a marriage, or this is a relationship. Now, with the Ace of Swords, it's a mistake. So there is a feeling here of I made a decision and it was the mistake. It was the wrong decision. It wasn't in line with my integrity, and I wasn't thinking about other people. I wasn't putting myself in other people's shoes. I made a selfish choice, and I wasn't empathizing enough with everybody involved. I thought I could handle both options at the same time, but I didn't want to choose one because I didn't want to lose any. So instead, I tried to be sneaky. I did something very impulsive and I got found out. But whoever found out doesn't know the full story. I managed to keep a lot of the full story behind the scenes and out of public eye, out of public knowledge. I do feel shame because I feel a strong connection to whoever I hurt. I was being selfish. I had to think of myself. Now that other people are involved, I'm lacking the courage to confront what I did. So the Three of Swords, doing something for your own gain that hurts other people. And with the Seven of Wands reversed, it was a decision or an action that lacked courage, it lacked integrity, and it was considered the easier way of doing things rather than the way that other people respected. So this person did something that other people don't respect. Now, for some of you, this is you, okay? But they said, I didn't mean it. So I do think that if you were the one who did this, they might have said something to you that was very, very hurtful. And you two could be in a tit-for-tat stage where it feels like you're both just trying to do things to get even with each other, especially with Justice here, trying to say things to get even with each other. But there is an acknowledgement of it has to end. In this connection and in this reading, I felt like there was too many opinions about this connection. This person referenced these opinions as competition, as jealousy, as people who have uninformed but loud mouths. So with the Six of Wands underneath that, This person feels like they have a lot to prove. They also feel like they have a reputation to maintain. And in some cases with this Six of Wands, they feel like they need to defend themselves publicly. They're thinking of their character more than anything. Spirit, what does group one's loved ones think about this person? What does my viewers' loved ones think about this person? Okay. Two of Cups. What does my viewers' loved ones think about this person? The Sun card and the Five of Wands. Okay. So there's an acknowledgement from your loved ones that this is somebody that you're interested in, that you've chosen this person. They're acknowledging with the Two of Cups that the two of you are in a partnership of some kind. Your loved ones see this person as someone that you are getting to know, as someone that you are either dating or you're interested in them. The Two of Cups is an early stage of still having conversations about what you want, about what you're looking for, and about what you're going to bring to the table. So it's like this person is seen by your loved ones as someone who you're negotiating with. Now, with the Sun card reversed, your loved ones look at this connection as something that hasn't been making you happy, as something that has been taking your light. And for some people who are close enough to you, they've watched your passion for this person turn into something a little bit more needy, to the point where this person's energy feels a little codependent. It feels like you are at a point where this connection could be unhealthy. And your loved ones are seeing this person as someone who your world revolves around. And that feels very dangerous to some of the people who love and cherish you, which is why with the Five of Wands here, the overall consensus from your loved ones is that this connection is something that is going to be challenging and something that they want to speak up about. So you have outspoken people from your side saying things that you're deeming as very harmful or challenging or opinionated, but they're trying to raise red flags on your behalf. They're trying to defend you on your behalf. And in some cases, they're trying to get you to see things clearly, especially because you're in this Two of Cups energy where you're negotiating. They're saying, don't settle. Don't take that, you know. I think that they agree that there is potential here, but they think that this relationship is rough around the edges, or this connection is just rough around the edges. It's not the stability you deserve. And things have already happened that have shown that this person doesn't have your best interest at heart. Let's have a look at what their loved ones think about you now. Spirit, what do my group ones, person's loved ones think about my viewer? What do this person's loved ones think about them? Ace of Wands, Three of Wands. What do this person's loved ones think? Okay, we're going to take this one because it fell towards me. Page of Wands. So this person's loved ones can really tell that they are infatuated. They have a strong attraction towards you. This person's loved ones feel like this connection is kind of has them in a bit of a chokehold, and that they are acting in a way that is very irrational. Now, there are people in their corner who are very intrigued by you. They're very much going, like this person has our loved one in a very vulnerable position. And in some ways, there are people who are very excited for this person, but I'm getting that that could be because this person hasn't told them everything. This person is purposefully withholding key information. And so all they're hearing is that, you know, I met somebody, or I actually am very excited about my future with group one, or I've turned a new leaf with group one. I'm kind of in a position where I'm thinking about a future with group one. There is indication here that this person's loved ones, see you as someone who could be worth keeping an eye on, which says a lot about this person. This person may not be one to settle. They may not be one to get into relationships easily. And their loved ones are looking at you, looking at this connection as, wow, this person's different. They're really feeling some type of way. And the people who know this person well are noticing that difference between the way that they talk about you versus how they may have talked about other people in the past. So I'm getting a lot of fire here. So whoever does know about you knows only of the passion, the Ace of Torches. That's all they know. They know that their loved one is very attracted to you, their loved one is feeling optimistic about you, and that their loved one is excited to spend more time with you, to get to know you, to the point where this person may say things like, oh, wow, you just saw that movie? Group 1 just saw that movie too. They really liked it. And this person's loved ones will be like, you've brought this person up 3 times now. You know, who are they? When are we going to get to meet them? What else can you tell us about them? They obviously have a good taste in movies, but, you know, what else can you tell us? So I'm getting a lot of excitement from this person's side. And I think that's because they're not telling them everything, which is why they might be frustrated with you about telling your loved ones too much. Because this connection with all of these cards feels very new. It feels either like a new connection or a connection that's turned a new leaf. So the people in this person's corner are excited about this new chapter, whereas the people in your corner seem to be skeptical and protective over you. Don't think that's a bad thing. I'm just pointing out the way that it is. So with that in mind, we had a look at what they had to say. I shared a little bit more about what's happening behind the scenes. I just want to see if there's anything else you need to know about this person's energy towards you. 5 of Wands keeps coming out. Spirit, should my viewers be taking this person seriously? Should my viewers, 10 of Wands, be taking this person seriously? The Emperor card. Look, don't be a fool, okay? Everyone is in a different situation. Unfortunately, it's not a simple yes or no question for all of you. Don't be a fool. When it comes to this person's intentions, let their actions speak. It's as classic as that. It's as black and white as that. If your gut is telling you, slow down, don't rush, give it some time, trust your gut feeling. If your loved ones are highlighting concerns, give yourself the chance to just observe for yourself. I would encourage this person to continue stepping up, especially with the 10 of Wands and the Emperor. But I would also encourage you, my viewer, to give this connection more time. I would say with the Wands cards here, you only need 4 weeks to know whether this person is serious about you. You only need 4 weeks, especially if this is a new connection or you have recently rekindled things. Within 4 weeks, you'll be able to tell if they have the stamina, the commitment, and the accountability to be a fixture in your life, or whether you had every reason to feel concerned with this 5 of Wands. Now, don't be a fool. Don't dive into things like they want you to, okay? If this is how they're feeling, let them sort themselves out. If this is what they want, let them follow through. That is for them to handle. You can't control their feelings. You can't control their actions. So I would encourage you to give it time, trust your gut, and give yourself enough time to just observe with your own eyes what everybody else might be seeing. Because there are red flags. It keeps coming up. This person doesn't see it. Their loved ones don't see it. You're hearing it, and your loved ones are seeing it. So 4 weeks, and you should know whether you can actually trust this person and put all your eggs in one basket. But right now, no. Give it at least 4 weeks. Okay. Okay, let's close your reading with some advice. I don't actually have an oracle deck for advice, so give me a second. I'll be right back. Okay. I'm going to use the Angels tarot cards. Now these, gosh, this is not a good idea, sorry. But like, it's going to be a lot to shuffle. All right. I just wanted to use an Angels deck. That's why I chose this deck, but we'll see how we go. Okay, Spirit. What card from this deck may offer group ones the most clear, honest, helpful, loving, supportive, advice-based messages? What cards may do that for my group ones, please, Spirit? Honest, helpful, loving advice for group one, please, Spirit. Whoa, okay. Knew I was going to have trouble. What card? Thank you, Spirit. Oh, the Sun. Wow, Archangel Uriel. The number 19 could be significant for you, sweet souls. Now, this card upright says, happy outcome, brilliant new ideas that lead to success, have confidence in yourself. I'm going to talk more about angels in your extended reading as well, but Archangel Uriel is showing up for you. Archangel Uriel is really trying to connect you to your inner child, which tells me that you're overcomplicating this connection. You're overcomplicating the situation. When the Sun card shows up reversed, the solution, the answers, the clarity are a lot more simple than what you're focused on. Does this connection actually make you happy? Does this person bring out your inner child? Not just your goofy side, that's not your inner child. But if this person was in a room with a younger version of yourself, with 7-year-old you, would you trust them? Would you trust them to not only protect your younger self, but to look after your younger self and to foster a safe, fun, positive environment for your younger self? Your advice is to really think about how this person actually makes you feel and about how this connection addresses your needs. Then you need to honestly reflect on the uncomfortable feelings. How many times does this person and this connection make you feel sad, uncomfortable? How many times does this connection not address your needs and diminish your certainty? When we think about our inner child, we're not just thinking about joy, but we're thinking about safety, certainty. The role of bringing out your inner child is about fostering an environment that you can be your most authentic self in, without a filter, without a protective layer. Does this connection, does this person do that for you? It's as simple as that. That is what I'm seeing for you. It's obviously getting very dark here. The clouds are closing in, and I think that's a sign that we need to end the reading. I'm going to take this into the extended reading now, sweet souls. As I mentioned already, your extended reading has a look at what is next in this connection. Excuse my messy handwriting. Now I'm going to be doing your extended reading person A, person B style. We're going to have a look at those two perspectives. Whichever perspective you align with, the other person in this connection will be the other perspective. We're going to have a look at person A and person B's next actions. What is next in love? What is next in this connection? And then we're going to get advice for each person. And that's where we're going to draw on the wisdom of your angels as well to have a look at the bigger picture. So the extended reading is a wonderful place to get those messages of the bigger picture, to have a look at what is the future of this connection. If you want those messages, and if you're also able to support what I do here, the link to the extended readings is in the description box and the pinned comment. Click on that link and make sure you find the right reading before you purchase it. Remember, your group one of the channeled messages from them reading. So make sure you find the right group. Thank you so much, sweet souls. I kind of feel like a robot when I go through all of that, but I just want to thank you for being here. Thank you so much for showing up on YouTube and exchanging energy with me and trusting me to read for you on this platform. I appreciate this energy exchange. I appreciate all of your support, and I appreciate all of your time. Until we meet again, I wish you peace, prosperity, abundance, happiness, health, wealth, success, and joy on your journey ahead. Goodbye for now. Hi group 2 and welcome to your reading. Oh my gosh, I just got so excited to see you. Like it's a lot. If you've been watching me for a little while, sometimes that happens if I know some of you personally, or if you've just been here for so long you feel like someone I've known for such a long time. Thank you for being here, group 2. I'm excited to get into this reading for you. I don't know what to expect. All I'm doing is following the title, the topic of today's reading. We're asking Spirit for channeled messages from the person on your mind. If you skipped the intro, this can be for a future person, like a future spouse or a future partner. It doesn't have to be somebody you already know, but it is important that you have someone in mind, just so that we're able to be on the same page and have the same intentions. Now, speaking of intentions, I always set mine. I used to set them behind the scenes. And then after doing this for so long, and especially with all of the changes that have happened in society and how many people have sort of come and gone from these readings over the years, I think it's really important for you as a viewer to set your intentions as well and make sure that you're focusing on the topics, the questions, the clarity, the signs that you're seeking. Signs can be confirmation that this reading is meant for you. They could represent animals, symbols, numbers, colors, phrases. You can get as specific or as general as you'd like. But the idea is you use those signs to confirm that this reading was meant for you. So set your intentions and I'll set mine. Spirit, please tune me in to group 2's energy. Ooh, that's a big wave of energy. Please help me to offer group 2 the most clear, honest messages about their reading today. Please help me to give group 2 the clarity they need to feel confident moving forward in this connection. Please help me tune into their person's energy easily so that I can gain messages from this person's perspective firsthand and give the viewer the clarity they need, the confirmation they need, the answers they need. Thank you, Spirit. Ooh, this person's heart space feels really heavy. Like it's heavy, and it's the chakra. It's not the heart it's not the muscle, it's the chakra. It's how it's affecting their breathing. Oh my gosh. Anyway, let's get into it. I'm going to start with this person's perspective. If you haven't had a channeled messages reading from me before, I channel this person's perspective first, and then I talk about what I've observed as your reader, and then I get advice from your angels. The advice portion could be from your spirit guides, but in this case we're going to do angels because I'm personally learning more about the archangels. So for my group 2s, please, Spirit, what channeled message does this person have for group 2? What does group 2's person have to say to them? We have the Devil card reversed. What channeled message does this person have to say? We have the Page of Cups. What channeled message does group 2's person have to say? Queen of Pentacles and the Six of Wands. Whew. I'm still clearing energy. It's crazy. Alrighty, we're going to move those cards over and we're going to shuffle out some channeled messages cards. Spirit, what does this person want to say to my viewer? What does this person want to say to my viewer? I do. It starts from you. What does this person want to say? Surrender. What does this person want to say? Okay. Never-ending story. Okay. Now I'm going to zoom out. Well, I'll just lift the camera back a little bit. And we're going to clarify each of these tarot cards with my channeled messages oracle deck. Spirit, clarify the devil card, please. What does this person want to say with the devil card? What does this person want to say with the devil card, Spirit? I think this person has a lot to say to you, sweets. Like, I'm actually feeling like they want to talk. They're really pressing on my energy to talk to you, which is a rare occurrence for me. Clarify the Page of Cups. What do you want to say? I'm terrified. Clarify the Queen of Pentacles. What do you want to say? What do you want to say? I want to start a family with you. Clarify the Six of Wands. Okay, you're my everything. There's insecurities about that, but we'll get into it. I just need to make sure all the cards are in frame, so bear with me. Okay, we're doing pretty good. That's pretty good. All right. Cool. Okay. Let me just tune into what's happening here, sweet souls. Tune me into this person's energy, please, Spirit. Tune me into this person's energy. My heart feels so heavy for you. I feel like this connection is something that I need. Like, you're something that I've been wanting, seeking, hoping for. I'm at a point in this connection where I'm trying to surrender. I'm trying to be at peace. And I'm also just trying to feel acceptance for the things that I can't control. So if it feels like I came on too strong and then I pulled away suddenly, it's because I feel ashamed for how I acted. It's because I felt like I did too much too quickly when I should have just been taking my time. You have to know that I'm at a space where I'm trying to do the right thing. I'm trying to restrain myself so that I can show up for you in the right way. And I feel so much for you already that it actually hurts. It actually is a feeling that I confuse with pain sometimes. A strong, heavy feeling that I am trying to suppress so that I don't get carried away with my desires for you. I do have a lot of desires for you. I have a lot of passions, and I'm very physically, sexually attracted to you. I'm not allowing myself to explore the depths of that attraction. I'm actually trying to refrain, pull back, withdraw, restrain. It's uncomfortable and it's intoxicating being around you. These feelings are uncomfortable because I do just want to let them out. There's so much I haven't shown you. I don't know how much longer I can wait. I want to do the right thing, but I'm having a hard time being patient. When I think about you, I feel afraid of my own feelings. It's like I'm trying to limit how much I feel by combating those feelings with fear. I'm definitely in the mind of overthinking everything. The way that we treat each other, the way that we give to each other, the way that you look at me, to the point where this connection has turned into something that keeps me up at night. And although I know that my feelings for you are positive, in fact, my feelings for you are very sweet, they are still developing. And there are aspects of our connection that I'm still waiting for. I'm waiting to see how things go. And I'm scared for how things could go wrong. So my heart is in my throat a little bit. And my head is overthinking. Now, I do feel like I kind of owe you an apology for the way that I've been acting recently. I don't know if it's worth saying, but I do want you to know that I am sorry if I've been confusing you or making you feel less than the way that I see you. Because I actually have very sweet feelings towards you, and I think of you quite highly. But I have been trying not to get carried away, and I have been trying not to be obsessive so that I can handle my other responsibilities, so that I can stay in control of the things that I need to do in this life. As much as I want to just drown myself in this connection and drink it all up and be around you all the time, I've got other things that I need to do, which is why I've pulled back. But I do see you as someone that's very high value. You're an ideal partner. You have a lot to offer, and a lot of people have their eyes on you. I also feel like you have a really good reputation. And I think that a lot of people see you as someone that deserves to be respected, that deserves to be treated in a very high value way. And it is a bit intimidating knowing this, knowing that if I don't treat you in that way, I'm going to have all these people turn on me. Not that I haven't the intention to. I don't have the intention to mistreat you, but you come as like a full package with your own community of supporters. Truth be told, you have a lot of what I've been looking for a very long time. You possess qualities that I haven't been able to put into words. I've only seen them modeled to me through other women, other people, other men that I respect. I've seen these qualities, and I didn't think I would meet someone, at least under these circumstances, who has these qualities that I've been wanting. It does make me think, have we manifested each other in some way? I want you to know I do have serious intentions. I am looking for something serious at this point in my life. I am trying to focus on being stable and available, in that I want to be emotionally available. I want to be financially capable to support my future relationship. And I do see myself having a future with you, having a family with you, creating a legacy with you. You come across as somebody who also has a good head on their shoulders. Not only are you physically attractive, but you have a kind, sweet, gentle heart, a sensitive side, wrapped in this perfect package of strong values and a solid relationship with yourself, which shows in your lifestyle. You come across as so secure, so abundant, so respected, so prosperous. You have so much to offer. I hope to be able to match your energy. And there is part of me that feels like I do sit in your shadow a little bit. You are a 10 out of 10, so I do think about, well, what does that make me? And that's why sometimes I do feel a little overshadowed. And I'm only really talking about this because I think it's impacted the way I've treated you at times. There's been times where I want to just lift you up on a pedestal and tell you that you're incredible and talented and you have everything you need to be so successful. And then there's other times where my own insecurities just get in the way. I can't help but compare myself to you because I'm looking for a partner and I want a stable future. And I want that for myself too. I want to be someone who can provide stability, who is abundant, who is respected. But seeing you come as that complete full package does make me wonder, do I have enough? I want you to know that some of these wounds existed before you and existed even before me. There's a lot of cycles within my own DNA that I'm having to uncover on a conscious and subconscious level. And I haven't always been in environments, especially with family and friends, who've supported the idea that you can be better than the environment you grew up in. So I'm learning how to do that. I'm learning how to work with my ego, how to see myself as someone capable and talented, resourceful and worthy. I would love to just be able to disappear with you and to not have to worry about everybody else and everything else. Feels like I'm in survival mode right now, and I do use this connection to escape. I do use your energy to just feel something sweet, comforting, and desirable. I really need to ask some questions, sweet souls, so I'm going to end the channeled portion there, but I keep feeling my chest, and I need to know what that is. Spirit, why is my chest hurting? What is going on with this person? Why is my chest hurting? Maybe Archangel Raphael is your angel. Why is my chest hurting? The Fool. This person is thinking about taking a leap. Have they decided? What is going on here? No. This person is thinking about doing something foolish, impulsive. They've been holding back. They don't want to do it anymore. Their chest is hurting because they've been holding this decision against their heart. They haven't been thinking about it enough. Spirit is saying this decision is not logical. They're trying to go with their heart, and they're doing it in a way that feels very rushed. With the Wheel of Fortune reversed, there's a high chance this is a risk. This is a big risk. And the risk is maybe you don't feel the same way, or maybe this connection, it's too late, is what it feels like. It feels like you guys have already had something happen here. You've had to process it. You've had to move forward. And now this person is thinking and feeling these things after the fact. So I think it's a foolish thing to do. It's weighing heavy on their heart, and I don't think we brought it out in the channeled messages because this person's energy is almost trying to just justify and apply information to, like, they want you to know how they feel more than what they're about to do, which also falls in line with the way I've structured this reading. So maybe that's got something to do with it. In your extended reading, we're looking at the future of this connection, what is next, their next actions, what is next in love and advice. So maybe that's why in this part of your reading, we're just looking at where they're at now, but they are feeling this, it's making me feel out of breath. Like, it's a heavy feeling. And it's a foolish decision because they didn't think about it. There's no warning. It's just like out of nowhere, I'm going to do this. Or they want to do this. Okay. Now, I just want to say with this I do energy, what I felt was that this person is trying to be very clear. This is coming through as, yes, I do. Like, I do. It's not just like the marriage interpretation of I do. It's the, I just got chills after saying that, like really strong chills. So this person is thinking about long term. They're thinking about marriage. And that kind of makes a lot of sense with these cards that were at the back of your deck as well. But I also think that that's them trying to be very clear. They're trying to say, I do. Like, if anybody was going to be like, well, this is a big thing to think about. Are you sure you're ready? Do you really want to do this? They're like, I do. Never ending story. I think I just kind of roped that in to a different channeled message, but what I was shown is that this card represents the way that they feel. It's a never-ending story. They may have initially tried to really minimize their feelings. It feels like this person is feeling things that you felt straight away, but it took them a while. It took them a little bit longer to get their head around it and to feel safe enough to feel it. Now that they've been feeling it, they realize those feelings aren't going to go away. It's a never-ending story. This is also talking about their struggles of self-esteem. It's a never-ending story. These struggles existed before you. It existed before them. This person is breaking intergenerational curses where self-limiting beliefs have limited the success that this person's ancestral line has been able to experience. And this person's ancestral line has had wonderful opportunities, especially with that Wheel of Fortune, to experience wonderful success, but it's never sustainable. It's like coming into new money and losing it all in your lifetime. The next generation has to work just as hard, if not harder, to be successful. So this person is breaking it ideologically, they're breaking the chain energetically, and they're also breaking the chain in how it connects them to other people. That kind of belief system limits your ability to truly experience unconditional love if you're restrained by this idea of I'm just not worthy, I'm not good enough, I don't deserve it. Good things like that don't happen to people like me. So there's a lot going on in this person's Akashic records, but I think that it is impacting this connection. It's a never-ending story that they're trying to understand better, because some cycles can be broken, other cycles reflect patterns that need to be observed so they can understand how to work with that pattern of their own behavior, their own nature. Now, speaking of this person's nature, they are holding back a lot. I mean, sweet soul, I don't think I should even have to tell you for the Devil card to come out, but they're very attracted to you. There's a lot of this person that wants to just dive into this, and they're feeling frustrated with this Wait card reversed. They're feeling frustrated by how long everything is taking, by the fact that, it's going to mean more if they do wait. They just wish they could just dive in head first and just surround themselves in your energy. So what I'm seeing with these two cards is that there's a lot that they haven't expressed to you. There's a lot that they haven't properly explained to you. You've probably seen things, You've read between the lines. Your intuition has helped you understand. But I feel like you don't have the full scope of knowledge. This person's never sat you down and gone, look, this is what's going on. This is how I feel. This is why I acted that way. This is why I do this sometimes. Instead, they've probably just been a little embarrassed and ran away. So for some of you, they do owe you not only an explanation, but an apology. And they're a bit afraid. I feel like this person is going to attempt to just keep the energy light with this Page of Cups. Their intentions in the present moment are to be kind, to be playful, to be a bit flirty, but to be respectful with the Page of Cups. They're going to do everything they can to just keep themselves in your good books and to help you see them as someone that is fun. Yes, there's a little bit of a flirtatious element to that type of communication, but they're afraid to do anything more yet. There's a lot of fear, and I was feeling it in my chest. We talked about that. They do have some plans, some tricks up their sleeve, but we will talk about that more in the extended reading. Is there anything else I needed to elaborate for my group 2 spirit? So they're saying get the tarot cards out. What are we elaborating? What would help them more? And can we get a feminine perspective, please? From my guides, can we get a feminine perspective? What information would help them? Yeah, there's a beautiful opportunity here to get the full picture with this person and to understand, like at the very least, it's going to boost your self-esteem. At the very most, this is what you've been manifesting. There is an opportunity here to reopen an old chapter in your narrative and to look at the same situation through a different lens. Because this time, we not only have information we weren't privy to before, but we have the chance to learn more from that experience. The Judgment card to me is about a realization that helps us learn something so that we can move forward with our lives once and for all. And there's a lot of Plutonic themes there of endings, births, new beginnings, desires. I see Pluto as a little bit of a destructive energy that tries to push us through change, because ultimately the changes were always happening, but here's an extra push to get through it, to process it, to understand what is happening. And that's what Judgment is doing in this case. There's also a Uranus perspective here with Judgment, a perspective of looking and thinking outside of the box because we have new information. So this time when we revisit that old chapter, it feels very different. Now, when it comes to this connection, there's also a perspective of fondness, of mutual feelings with the Six of Cups, of you both having fond, nostalgic, sweet feelings for each other. For some of you watching this connection is in your past with these two cards. You've moved on. You're happy to just continue living your life with your current circle of people, in your current relationship for some of you, or on the journey ready to meet new people for others of you. But you're being called to honor your feelings and to respect where this person is coming from, because it will take them a lot of courage to be able to open up to you when they do. Not if, when. It is going to happen in this lifetime, when. And with the Six of Cups here, acknowledging your feelings for some of you is about acknowledging that your attraction is in the past. For others of you, it's about acknowledging that this is what you've been waiting for. So I do think that this connection is moving into a chapter where it feels like, oh my God, this is what I was ready for. I needed this, almost like closure, a full circle moment. And we do see that in our other two cards that came out after. The Star card is more Aquarius energy, Uranus energy. It's that feeling of healing, of being able to be at peace with your past so that you can focus more on your future. And the Star card reversed really highlights how the present is your window of opportunity. The present is how you decide where you're going to live. Are you going to stay stuck in your past? Are you going to relive your past? Or are you going to start creating your future? Your present is your window of opportunity. And you have to be able to recognize how you're doing that with your own thoughts, your own actions. But there is a chance here to look at this person's perspective on things as well before you think about how you want to move forward. This person really holds you on a pedestal, group 2. And the Star card talks about that again. The Star card talks about how this person thinks so highly of you that they have an unrealistic idea of you in their mind. They don't actually know you for who you are. They look at you as like a celebrity figure or as somebody who is a figment of their imagination, which to me could also indicate that this person is more a part of your past. They don't know who you are now. They only know you as you were. For others of you, this is confirmation that there's a bridge that needs to be built in order for this person to gap that understanding of who you were and who you are now. Now, with the Three of Cups reversed, there's a strong feeling here of a community outside of this connection that is very important. It is really important that you continue to foster your connections outside of this connection for all of you, regardless of what you want from this person, regardless of what your heart's desire is for this connection. You need to continue to foster friendships and relationships outside of this connection. And for some of you, this is confirmation that your happiness exists in a relationship outside of this connection. For all of you, this is confirmation that you are a human being. We are social creatures and we need community. We need a sense of community around us. We need more than one person to be able to have most of our emotional needs met. We can't put all of that on one person in our lives. So seek or continue to foster those other connections. Okay, let's get your closing messages. That was not supposed to be them, but feels like a lot of your advice was in those tarot cards. Spirit, for my group 2s, what closing advice do you have for them from their angels? When it comes to this connection, what archangel is working with this connection? And what archangel could they employ to help them work with this connection? 7 of Fire. Wowzers. Okay. Give me a moment. No. I'm trying to find the right archangel. No. No. Oh, wow. No. Not really. Sorry, I should have just paused it. Oh, of course. Sorry for all the silence. I should have paused the video. I'm just double checking to see if there's any other archangel I may have forgotten. Metatron for self-discipline and willpower, as well as public recognition. Not really. Raziel, quiet meditation. No, we don't need him for this. I'm pretty sure it is just Chamuel. Yeah, no. I mean, yeah, let's put him there. Yeah, because Archangel Michael is, he's here everywhere, actually. He's good in situations where you need to protect yourself and protect your energy. And he can also be a wonderful leader. He has leadership qualities, at least in the teachings that we have of him. He's one of the most well-known archangels too, so we do have a lot more knowledge about him. But I actually think it's Archangel Chamuel that you need more help from. I'm not saying that Michael's redundant. He's here for a reason, but I do think that for all of you, the reason why Archangel Chamuel is important is because he can help you move through these changes. He can help you feel like these changes are going to be a helpful part of your future, not just a hindrance. And usually when we as human beings experience change, we get very overwhelmed. Some of us can cope well under the pressure, but we still feel overwhelmed. Others of us see that overwhelming feeling as something that is standing in our way. And so instead of working with the changes, we see the changes as obstacles, and it creates more challenges rather than positive change. So Archangel Chamuel to me is like a mover of challenge. Working with him can help you feel confident enough to be able to work through your experiences, because at the end of the day, life happens for you, not to you. So this is about stepping into main character energy, feeling capable, feeling confident, and regardless of what happens, regardless of what comes your way, you are in control. Even when everything feels like it's falling apart, you still have choices. You still have decisions. And what you choose to do is going to dictate the outcome. So praying or working with this archangel is a wonderful way of remembering how much power you have and of staying in confident control, regardless of how disruptive the change may feel. Now, Archangel Michael, I said he's a leader. What else did I say? He can be good for stability and feelings of security. He is a protector. So the card that came out from your angels is to defend your beliefs and decisions. Stand your ground. Choose your battles wisely. You are a group that is collectively going through a challenge of energy. And this person is transmuting energy in your connection to prepare themselves for something that they feel very challenging. They had to acquire a lot of courage to do this. What they're doing impacts you because you've already committed your energy to other areas of your life. And as they prepare with their courage to come towards you or to try to express something to you, your being is feeling that. So the archangels are encouraging you to both stand your ground, choose your battles wisely, and defend your beliefs and decisions. Whatever you choose to do, whatever you want for your future, commit to it. Stand your ground. Now, I'm going to take this reading into the extended now, where we're going to have a look at the future. We're going to have a look at what is next in this connection. The extended reading is in person A, person B style, and that is to help us get a full scope of what is happening. We're going to have a look at person A's perspective, person B's perspective. The idea is whoever you resonate with most, your person is the other perspective. Now we're asking what is next in this connection. What are the next actions of person A, person B? What is next in love as themes for person A, person B? And what advice do the archangels have for person A and person B individually? We're also going to be looking at what archangels are working with each person individually. So if that sounds helpful, and if you would like to support me and what I do here on YouTube for free, click the link in the description box and pinned comment to open up the page on my website where I host all the extended readings. Find your extended reading, group 2 of the channeled messages from them reading, and join me in that extended. Otherwise, sweet souls, I just want to thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you for joining me here on YouTube. I appreciate all of your energy, your support, and your time, your valuable, precious time. I get so much out of being able to do these readings. It's beneficial for my journey, and I really appreciate being able to be a part of your journey as well. So thank you. As we part ways, I wish you peace, prosperity, abundance, happiness, health, wealth, success, and joy. Look after your beautiful selves. Bye. Hi, my group 3s, and welcome to your reading. If you recognize this Tarot del Toro deck, this is the box, sweet souls. It was created by Guillermo. Oh no, it wasn't. It was created by Thomas Hijo, and he was inspired by Guillermo del Toro. So that's Tomas at the back of the deck in the print. It's a beautiful deck. I'm excited to use it. I don't get to use this often anymore. I think that the focus on the channel has been to stick to symbols of astrology. Excuse me. But I'm really excited to be able to play on the artistic expression in decks like this. So with that spiel out of the way, group 3, we are here because we're getting channeled messages. We're connecting to the person on your mind. Oh my gosh, my nose. Excuse me for a second. Okay, so as I was saying, we are connecting to the person on your mind, and we're going to get channeled messages from them. What do they really want to say to you right now? The way I do these readings is I channel messages from them first, then I tell you what I'm able to see while I'm channeling their energy, and then we close your reading with advice. And in this case, we're going to get advice from the archangels for you. There is an extended reading as well. There's more about this extended reading in the description box, or you can click on the link and find your group's extended reading to learn more about what we're covering there. So let's get into it, group 3. I'm going to set my intentions as your reader, and I highly recommend you do the same as well. Set your intentions by focusing on the questions, the clarity, the signs, and the symbols you may need from this reading. Have them clear. You can say them out loud. I always set my intentions verbally. It's a little bit better than just visualizing or saying it in my head. Spirit, please tune me in to group 3's energy. Please help me offer group 3 the most clear, honest messages for their reading today. Please help me tune into their person's energy. And please help me gain clarity of what that person wants to say. Thank you, Spirit. Okay, sweet souls, let's get into it. For group 3, please, Spirit. What does this person want to say to them? What does the person on group 3's mind want to say to them? We have the 3 of Pentacles upright. We also have the 3 of Swords upright. 2 3s. The number 3 is significant for your group. There's a number of creativity, abundance, and wealth. Another 3, stop. Justice reversed. Wow. The 3 of Wands is reversed as well. And this was reversed? No, that was upright. So your first two threes are upright, and then we have the Three of Wands reversed and Justice reversed. Goodness. Okay. Just got to put your deck to the side. Give me a moment. And we need to get more cards out here. Put your deck over here. We'll get this deck out. Spirit, what does this person want to say to my group threes? Love always wins. What does this person want to say to my group threes, please, Spirit? Wow. Pause the video to read all of this yourself. I always leave my supplementary cards in as they do hold messages with every deck. Let's just move these over. Spirit, what else does this person want to say to my group threes? What does this person want to say to them? Okay, we do have our last two cards here. I've never met someone like you. I'm going to sneeze again. Sorry, guys. And sometimes it's about letting it go. Okay, sorry for that. Just had to pause again. I'm going to lift this up so we can fit in another row of channeled messages. Spirit, for my group threes, can we clarify the Three of Pentacles upright? What is that card saying to group three? What is that card trying to say to group threes, please, Spirit? You hurt me, but that's okay, I guess. What is the Three of Swords trying to say? I can't even look at you right now. Group three, I'm getting choked up over here. I just choked on the sage that I'm burning. And I don't condone the specific use of sage. Like, I highly recommend you use whatever material you can. I have sage in my possession and I don't want it to go to waste, so I'm using it. But I'm not an advocate of it. I know there's controversy around it. I'm choking on it over here. Like, what the heck happened to this person? Spirit, can we clarify the Three of Wands reversed? I need more time. Wow. And can we clarify Justice? Why is Justice reversed? What does this person have to say about that? I don't want to lose you. Are we all in frame? Yeah, that's pretty good. All right. Let's start channeling before I literally choke on the air that I'm breathing. Spirit, please tune me into this person's energy. Please help me channel clear, honest messages for group three. I'm so sorry that I let other things and other people come between us. The truth is, you're actually somebody who I really appreciated. I enjoyed spending time with you. I still enjoy being around you. But I feel close to you, like a family. I have a lot of respect for you, and I have a lot of respect for the people that I know who also know you. Because of that, there is an expectation over my head to treat you in a more formal way, to treat you in a way that is respectful and that is considerate towards the people we mutually connect with. The environment we connect in limits the scope of how I'm able to be around you. And although I feel a familiarity with you, I have to keep that behind the boundary, behind the wall. The time that we have spent together has been incredibly helpful to my journey. Being around you, learning from you, observing you, listening to you has helped me think about what I want for myself, has helped me create for myself. And although there was a time where I felt that we both had similar paths, similar journeys, and shared time, I do feel like I'm at a point where I need to make decisions about my own future. I need to take action towards my own success, and I need to start acting in a way that is creating the future that I want for myself. That is why I chose what I chose, who I chose. My choices are a reflection of my desire to be the best version that I can be, while being considerate of those we both know. And your family, let's face it, they don't really like me. When it came to us, I feel like it's an uncomfortable thing for me to even think about now. It's an uncomfortable truth for me to face. And maybe the problem was actually that some of your family liked me too much. So that boundary really couldn't be crossed. But for all of you, for all of us, for all of your loved ones, I feel I just wasn't good enough. And I can see how some people think that I am very selfish for the choices that I've made. But when it comes to the two of us, I made those choices with the intention of being more successful for myself and of putting space between us. I don't know if I ever told you that. I needed a way out. I needed to find my happiness. And I believe that love always wins. I've been looking for that. I've been wanting that. I wasn't going to get that with you. You had a safe energy, a comforting energy. And I really needed you in my life while you were there. But I always wanted more. And I'm at the point now where my future looks pretty bright. I feel very comforted by the choices that I've made. And although they were difficult decisions, I have no regrets about the fact that what I had to do was not a mistake. Now, with that being said, I know that I didn't treat you fairly. I know that I could have done more, communicated more, and been a little more diplomatic with the way that I did act. There were times where I didn't genuinely know what I wanted. I just knew that I wanted more. And those are the times where I believe I confused you the most, where I made you think that there was more here that I was still holding on to. And if you held on for longer than I did, then I am sorry. But I really thought that my actions spoke louder. I really thought you would have been able to see through the way that I treated you what was happening. There was part of me that always needed a backup plan, and that went beyond you. I don't often feel comfortable taking risks, being independent, and operating in a space of confidence. I don't always feel comfortable doing that. So I do rely on stronger people. I do rely on more dependable people, independent people, leaders. I needed a strong person like that in my life, and you could be that person temporarily. But moving forward, I needed more than what you could give me. This is hard, group 3. Sorry to cut it, but there's something very inconsistent about this person's energy, and I will continue to channel them. But full disclaimer, this person is a manipulator and they lie a lot. They aren't telling everybody the truth. They told everybody involved in the situation a different version of the truth, and they withheld important information that only you know. So I'll talk more about that at the end, but let me tune back in because there's more to channel. Sorry to interrupt. I just had to say that to you. I had to validate you for a second there. This person is very invalidating. Spirit, please tune me back into this person's energy. I know I could have treated you better. And there was a point in my life where I didn't want to lose you. You represented security, safety, comfort, stability. But I really wanted more. I always had my eyes focused on someone more. I've never met someone like you, someone who's so kind, so loving, so easy to work with. Oh, this is so hard, sweet souls. Oh my God. What is going on with this person? Do I even want to know? Okay, let's just finish this. Spirit, please tune me back into this person's energy once and for all. Please help me clarify their messages with confidence. Thank you, Spirit. My parents had some interesting things to say about you. And family really became a big part of our connection. The people we know as family. I think the problem is, as a person, I've always relied on what other people think of me, even when I didn't want to. And I've always had high expectations, even though I've never really been able to fulfill them. The things that I want to say to you are difficult because I don't spend a lot of time thinking about the depths of what happened between us. I'm so used to saying one thing to you, another thing to my parents, and another thing to whoever else was involved here. So really, I just need to tell you that the way that our connection was left is a reflection of how I needed to grow. I needed to grow as a person, and I couldn't do that with you. In the collateral of what happened between us, I was able to understand how there are no mistakes in life, and everything that happened between us did happen for a reason. And I'm sorry if you didn't get that closure, that understanding, or if I contributed to the fact that you weren't able to move forward with your life as quickly as I was. I need you to know that who I am as a person has always been hinted through the way that I've treated you and the other people in my life, especially those important to me. I don't think I'm a bad person. I think I'm misunderstood, and I think that people want to hear and see whatever I tell them. I think I'm good at getting away with things because of how I talk, what I say, and how I look. And there are times when I use my charm to get away with things that other people wouldn't be able to. But would I ever admit to that? No. I'm very ironclad in being who I am and accepting myself for who I am. And I don't think anything is wrong with me. I'm very good at surrounding myself with the right people who continue to enable what I believe is right. And I'm very good at disposing of people who get in the way. I'm constantly changing my social circle, my interests, even my career, to reflect the person that I want people to see me as. And I do struggle to maintain long-term connections unless there is concrete connection. Friendships are hard. I rely on stronger people to keep me going, to support me, and to support the actions I can't fulfill. And there was a time where I did want that with you. But as it stands today, whatever happened between us feels more in the past. And I don't spend a lot of time thinking about what the future could hold for us. I'm so sorry, sweet souls, if this has been extremely disappointing. It's a hard energy to channel because it's very self-serving, and I don't know the scope of what each of you have been through, but this person's prerogatives have always been self-motivated. In the beginning, I could feel a very congenial energy. I mean, if I could rewind, I know that this person put a lot of emphasis on other people in the beginning, and it felt like they were masking. It felt like they were using the goodness of others to hide their deception and their deceit. They tried to say, oh, well, I would never go against the family. I would never go against our colleagues. Our mutual friends are so important to me. That's why it was hard. And it was like, no. I could feel straight away that was a lie. That was a layer of deception. This person is used to blaming other people and using the context of situations as an excuse for how they act. And they're very good at deflecting. You hurt me. I kept pressing because I felt that was not good enough. Even if this was a connection that involved marriage and years of commitment to each other, that was not good enough for them to blame you and other people for the hurt they caused. This person's actions are a reflection of selfishness in every aspect. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 cards that indicate selfishness. And they were trying to mask it under family's ideas. And when I tried to figure out, well, is it the viewer's family that doesn't like them? Yeah, but, well, is it their family that doesn't like the viewer? Yeah, but inconsistencies. And I feel like this person's story is very inconsistent. I feel like they are very usually good at lying, or at least in a first impression, they come across as very attractive, very charming, but they can't sustain long-term connections unless a marriage or a contract is involved. They can't sustain long-term anything. I feel like this person burns bridges with their inability to empathize, connect, and truly uplift those around them. They're very self-motivated, very selfish in their choices, their decisions. And look, if you've been following me for a while, I advocate self-discovery. I advocate self-identity, self-esteem, self-sustainability. I advocate thriving in life for self before anything else. But this is different. This is manipulation. This is, what I felt when I picked this card out? This person saw you as someone easy to manipulate. They saw you as someone who was so easy to use. And it's just giving scary that that's how they felt about you when they really got to know you and your heart, group 3. So there are a lot of 3s here. And I think that the 3s are an indication of this person's growing pains and of your growing pains, because this kind of connection could not sustain. It could not create. It could only harm. And if other things, other people were involved, I think they were all scarred by what happened here. They were all on this journey of what the heck does this even mean? Hurt in some way by the actions that unfolded here between the two of you. Now, if this was a fleeting connection, I still think this person pulled the wool over your eyes. Even if you've only known them for a short period of time, I feel like they acted and treated you in a way where they made you think they wanted more than what they could offer. And their behavior was a reflection of constantly keeping their eye on another horizon. This isn't, I need more time for us. This is, I'm trying to see if there's anything here I can use while also staying open to other possibilities. And the fours in this situation just felt like that was them digging anchors into you, using you until they felt more confident to move in a different direction. I don't think this person respected you very much. I don't think this person spoke to you well. I think that they said things to really beat you down and make you think that you were less than them. And I do think that this person talked badly about you behind your back. They didn't treat you well to your face. They didn't treat you well behind your back. And this was a reflection of their own insecurities, group 3. They're not a confident person. They struggle without the strength of others. They need strong partnerships in order to be successful in this life, which means they need strong relationships, they need strong friendships, and they're accustomed to take, which is why they don't have people stay in their life for very long, which is why you were an exception. Because some of you stayed for a very long time. Others of you were able to see what was going on and get out early enough with the 3s here. But for some of you, this 9 is a reflection of how you tried so hard. And you may have had many sleepless nights wondering what went wrong. What did I do wrong? What could I have done more? Especially if you have the tendency to constantly think like, well, I'm clearly the one that's not doing enough, or this person takes advantage of people whose concepts of life are black and white and based on equal give and take. They take advantage of people who live life believing that partnership is 50-50 because they get away with giving 5-10% while expecting their partner to still meet them at the table. And this black and white idea of what is right and what is wrong works for them because they play in the gray. And they're able to convince people that their gray is close to black or close to enough to white. In that they're able to deflect away from the things they're not doing or they are doing by highlighting more heinous, more dramatic cases. Just as an example, this is the kind of person where if a bus crashed, right, because the driver had a medical emergency and was unable to safely operate the vehicle, this would be the first person to save themselves. And when being interviewed afterwards, why didn't you save the pregnant lady? Why didn't you try to help anyone else get out? They would say, well, it was a situation where we were all reacting out of instinct and I needed to go and get help for others. I needed to go and make sure other people who are more qualified than me were able to help. And if that doesn't work, if people don't believe them after they say that, they would turn around and go, well, there were stronger, more capable people than me. And I did try to say, why isn't anyone else helping? There's this constant feeling here of this person being able to either gaslight, deflect, or just completely minimize their actions. And no matter how much you say, well, this isn't about everyone else, this is about you, why didn't you do this? They'll go, well, that's not the point, is it? The bus crashed. My instinct was to save myself. So you just can't win with someone like this. They're always right, and their perspective is always focused on themselves. And in certain environments, they really thrive. I think their family enables them. This card, to me, it was actually a card that helps explain more about the artist of this beautiful deck, and they are a wonderful soul. The artist of this deck is family orientated and created the Cupid Says deck, based on the love that they witnessed within their parents. And this person was able to use those loving, beautiful qualities and turn it into a reason as to why they treated you so badly. I think that their family, their parents, or a parental figure is an enabler. And regardless of whether their parents liked you or not is beyond. It reflects a culture of acceptance that surrounds this person, group 3. This person is surrounded by people who have enabled them and created a safe space for them to continue using other people. It started in their family and it extended into you. So I'm literally just saying, you do you, boo, at the bottom of that first paragraph. So, goodness, a very specific message. If you feel like this doesn't resonate, don't force it to fit. The other groups got very different messages, but that is what I'm seeing for you, group 3. Can I just ask, Spirit, does this person regret the way that they treated my viewer? Does this person have any regret? They apologize, but I don't believe their apologies. Even when I was channeling them, I was trying to push for understanding because I didn't believe any of that. I don't think they're really sorry because I don't think they did anything wrong. So Spirit can help us figure out the truth of what is in this person's heart. When we channel a person's energy, we get their biased thinking. This person can say whatever they want to say, but when we channel from Spirit, we get the unfiltered truth. Spirit, does this person regret the way they treated the viewer? No. No. In fact, for some of you, they regret not moving on quicker. They regret not leaving you quicker. They feel like they helped you learn a valuable lesson in life. They feel like they helped you become a wiser, more mature person, and that it was all character building. It was all a part of gaining awareness of the world and how people work and how to protect yourself better. But they don't regret anything except they didn't move quick enough. They didn't move on quick enough. They wish they had the confidence to leave and do what was right for them, regardless of how it affected you. Oh my God, I'm so sorry. We're going to get advice from your angels. I don't want to channel this type of energy anymore. Spirit, from my group 3's angels, what advice can you offer them? What clarity, healing, perspective can you offer them about this connection? Oops, there we go. Release. Archangel Azrael. The end of a phase or situation, spiritual transformation. It's time to move on. Page of Earth. Scholarly, dependable, patient, successful. Good news about financial matters, wanting to do something more challenging, and a new area of study. At the back of this beautiful oracle deck, it's the Angel Tarot Cards deck by Doreen Virtue and Radley Valentine. We have the 9 of Water. Your wish come true. Concerns fade away. A love of life. And this is reversed. First off, Archangel Azrael is very present. Now, the archangels each represent different ways of supporting you in your journey, protecting you and guiding you in your journey. And the creators of this deck have chosen to focus on very specific qualities of each of the archangels. In this case, they've chosen to depict Archangel Azrael as an angel that can help you move on in your life, that can help guide you towards the end of one situation so that you can start to focus on new beginnings. There is a process when you end things. of needing to move forward, gaining some sort of peace, wisdom, and perspective so that you can move forward confidently. Archangel Azrael highlights the spiritual aspects of that transformation and of how it is more than just emotionally processing and ending. There is a spiritual element in which your energy needs to move forward as well. Calling upon Archangel Azrael can help to strengthen your confidence in moving forward, can help to cut ties to what you still feel drawn towards about this connection, and can help you truly see the light moving forward. I would strongly encourage you to channel Archangel Azrael's energy. With the 9 of Water, Archangel Raphael is asking for you to protect your heart space. This was a situation that drained you, that took way too more. And you guys were given a false promise here. Somebody promised you more than they could ever offer you. They lied and they pretended. And in some cases, they weren't emotionally capable of loving you in the way that you gave love to them. With the 9 of Water reversed, your archangels are encouraging you to fill your own cups and to do what will make you happy moving forward. Moving forward, there needs to be priority towards healing. There needs to be a conscious effort towards protecting yourself, lest you fall into a pattern where you believe this is the only type of love you are capable of having. You need to believe that you deserve more, you are worthy of more, and that you are worthy of protecting against people like this. Don't become somebody who is susceptible towards that level of manipulation time and time again. Be very careful about energy vampires that are still in your life. Even if this connection has ended, there could be others. And this card encourages you to pay attention to who uplifts versus who drains, who asks for too much versus who gives. The 9 of Water reversed indicates the lesson hasn't been fully learned yet. Your priority should be about emotional capacity moving forward. How much do you have and how much do you need? And how are other people impacting what you do have? Now with the Page of Earth here, this message is about your ability to continue adapting, evolving, and learning. All pages are like students of life. And the Page of Earth is the student of experience. They gain practical skills, knowledge, and they use that learning to be able to become more experienced, more capable, responsible leaders. Page of Earth's level of learning can take time, and it requires attention to detail, because when we feel like we're getting off track, when we procrastinate that kind of learning, we can stay stuck in cycles for years, being mistreated and underestimated for years. And as soon as we start to believe that we're not making progress, we can be at risk of being taken advantage of. The way this applies in real life is when you feel like you've been stuck in a job for years and years and years, doing the same thing and not getting any recognition, any promotions. And even though you're doing the work and you're showing up, you're finding that you're just not getting rewarded. People around you are advancing in their careers, or even leaving the job and coming back, and you're still doing the same thing. Your archangels are encouraging you to invest your time wisely. You don't know how much time you have. Invest your time wisely. This connection has taught you valuable experiences about how precious your time is and how important it is to remember that life is one big lesson with lots of little chapters of learning. As you close this one chapter and prepare to start a new one, focus on your foundation. Focus on expanding, not repeating past mistakes and lessons. Be hungry for more. Challenge yourself to be ready for more. Don't go back into your cave and disappear from the world. Be patient, but keep showing up and keep asking for more. You are a group that deserves expansion, abundance, but it starts with you. It starts with your actions. It starts with your hunger. It starts with your desire, your intentions. It starts with how you show up for yourself. Show people that you're high value. Show people that you deserve the best. Show people that you have a lot to offer. And do all of this by showing up for yourself. Now, there is going to be good news about your finances. But that good news involves you challenging yourself. That is what I'm seeing for you, my group 3s. I feel this reading was so much more than just this connection. But I do think that a lot of the secrets, or even just the lessons, they're not really secrets. It's your life. There's nothing secret. Sometimes it's just hard to see everything for what it is, and that's how tarot can be very helpful. I do think that there's more to learn from this connection, and I do think that our extended reading should be helpful. If you can join me in the extended, we're asking about what is next in this connection, and I have more information in the description box. If you click on the link, you can read it from my website as well, where your extended reading will be. Remember, you're group 3, so click on the right group. I do sell my extended readings individually. So we're looking at what is next in this connection. We're looking at the future. I'm going to be reading from a person A, person B format, where we have a look at both of your perspectives. What is next in this connection for person A? What is next for person B? What are their next actions, person A, person B? And what is next in love for person A and person B? By getting the themes of what is next in love, we can have a deeper look at how that's going to impact the connection you shared with this person. And then we're going to close with more advice for each of those people from their archangels, which can be very helpful. The goal of breaking it down into 2 perspectives is to get as much information, closure, and clarity. I do think this would be helpful if you're able to join me in the extended and support what I do here on YouTube for free. The link is in the description box, as I've been saying, or the pinned comment. If you can't join me, sweet souls, you are the oracle in your life. I am here to help, to guide, to support, but you are the oracle. You are all you need to be successful. We are just tools in terms of readers in your journey. And if you do want to use us, we're here, but you don't need us. Trust yourself, know yourself. Reflection may be the only tool you need, because all the information is there. Sometimes it's just hard to see it clearly, and that's where people like me can come into play as a helpful tool. But it is your journey. Trust yourself, know yourself, group 3. And thank you so much for letting me be a part of your journey, for letting me read for you, and for coming to me for these messages. I appreciate the ability to adapt and learn. It's a challenging energy to channel, but it was a huge privilege to be able to validate, I hope, what has happened here, and to be able to tap into what must have been a very dark and hard time in your life. So thank you for that privilege. As you move forward, I wish you peace, prosperity, abundance, happiness, health, wealth, success, and joy on your journey ahead. You deserve all the best. Believe it, know it, Claim it. Look after yourself, sweet soul. Bye. Hi Group 4 and welcome to your reading. If you recognize this, oh, I've got it next to me. Actually, I'll just show it to you. The Mystic Dreams Advanced Tarot deck, then you're in the right place. We're asking Spirit for channeled messages from the person on your mind. In Group 4, you are my last reading, so you do hit different. I'm very excited to be able to do this reading for you, and I'm definitely going to take my time. Each of the groups have been very different, so if at any point it's not resonating, you may have to pick a different group. Keep in mind this style of reading is quite different. I don't watch as many tarot readings on YouTube as I used to, but this style of reading is not very common, I would say. So I'm going to personally approach it by channeling this person and sharing messages first person through their perspective. Then I'm going to talk about what I've been able to see behind the scenes. I'm going to tell you what I observed while I was in their energy and what I was able to gather, what information I could gather while I was channeling their energy. And then we're going to close your reading by getting advice as well. So I can already feel that we have a lot to cover. I'm already picking up on a lot. So let's get into it. There is an extended reading. There's more information about the extended in the description box and in the pinned comment. Now, as I shuffle, I'm going to set my intentions. I highly recommend you set your intentions as well. You can set your intentions by focusing on the information or the questions you have, and by asking for signs or symbols you would like to see as well. Spirit, please tune me into my Group 4's energy. Please help me to offer Group 4 the most clear, honest messages about their reading. Thank you, Spirit. Goodness. Spirit, please tune me into Group 4's energy. Please help me offer Group 4 the most clear, honest messages about their reading. Thank you, Spirit. Alrighty, Group 4. Spirit, what does this person want to say to Group 4? What does the person on Group 4's mind want to say to them? What is the person? We have the Five of Cups reversed. We also have the Conqueror of Pentacles. Wow. I feel like this person is a little distracted because I'm having a hard time staying focused. We also have the Ace of Wands reversed. What does this person want to say? We also have the Seven of Cups. At the back of the deck is the Nine of Wands. Spirit, what does this person want to say to my Group 4s? Okay, we'll take that card. My bed is big enough for two, just saying. What does this person want to say to my Group 4s, please, Spirit? Walking away may be for the best. What does this person want to say? Can we meet? What does this person want to say, please, Spirit? Okay. Our family is so beautiful. And with my channeled messages oracle deck, I'm just going to be clarifying each of the tarot cards. Now, you guys may have been spending a lot of time thinking about this connection recently. Or someone may be trying to plan for something because I've got a headache. and it's at the front of my head, which means that only happens when I'm actively trying to plan things and bring things together. Spirit, clarify the Five of Cups reversed. I want a fresh start with you. Clarify the Conqueror of Pentacles. I'm a very jealous person. Clarify the Ace of Wands reversed. I think we should slow down. Also reversed. And clarify the Seven of Cups. These distractions. You hurt me, but that's okay, I guess. We all have options. Gosh, I'm already getting a lot of messages. Let me pull this up so everything is in frame. Is that it? Let me just see. Oh, you know what? I did this last time. That helped. Where are we at? Yeah. That's a lot better. Okay. Sorry, my chair is so loud. When I channel, my eyes usually water and my nose leaks and sometimes I burp and all this stuff. So I am apologizing in advance, especially if you haven't been a part of these readings before. I used to do them a lot more. It's very energetically taxing doing this style of reading. So I probably won't do these for a little while after this. But let's hope we can get the messages you need out of this reading. Spirit, tune me into this person's energy, please. What does this person want to say to group 4? Spirit, what does this person want to say to group 4? What does this person want to say? Before I explain myself, I need you to know that I really want to see you. I miss you, and I spend a lot of time missing you. Being apart from you doesn't feel right to me. It doesn't feel natural. I take a lot of responsibility for this connection's future. And even though I haven't been able to handle things perfectly in the past, I am hopeful that moving forward we can figure something out. I feel like sometimes we just need time and space away from each other to be able to get a better perspective of what we both want. And I hope that when we are apart, you spend time thinking about what that means to you and what I mean to you. There is a lot about you that I adore. And I do wish that things could have been smoother. But I also feel like we've recovered pretty well. I feel like we've coped pretty well and we've handled the losses or the negatives and the challenges pretty well. And I know that I can only compare us to worse situations that I've been in before, but I still feel like what we have is special. I do want a fresh start with you. I do want more intimacy, more longevity with you, and I don't know what that will look like, but I know that we both need to try in order to make it work. I know that we both need to want it, and I hope that you want it as much as I do. I am feeling quite restless. There are times where I want to just bombard you with energy to validate that I mean as much to you as you mean to me. I'm faced with so many ideas, so many goals, so many desires. And there's so many ways this connection could still turn out. I know I want you now, and I want to build something with you for the future. And to be honest, me trying to lock you down did originally stem from insecurities and jealousies. You feel too good for me. You feel abundant and successful and secure and so many people got into my head and made me think that I wasn't good enough for you. And so originally, I thought of commitment with you from a space of needing to have you and to almost own you, to take you out of other people's grasp. Now I realize what I've done, and there's a lot more that could be required of me moving forward. Now I realize how much of an expectation there is for me in your life. And I don't feel any more secure. I feel more insecure measuring myself against you, against the expectations of others. I feel like other people are expecting me to fumble, to lose you, to mess this up, which makes every little mistake feel even worse. It's to the point where I think my own loved ones are rooting for my downfall and think that you're too good for me. But I do believe that what we have is beautiful. I believe our family is beautiful. What we're creating is beautiful. And I'm hopeful that the dreams I have, the goals I have, the ideas that I have could turn into something beautiful rather than something hurtful. I have a lot of hope in us, especially given my history. I believe that I have waited for you, and I believe that I am what you've been looking for too. But there are times where I feel we repel more than attract. There are times where I just feel like you're so dynamic, you're slipping through my fingers, where I feel like you're too much for me to be able to hold on to. Do I hold you back, slow you down, or dim your light? I do have a restlessness to amaze you and to wow you and to impress you and just to be enough for you. I hope that what I'm doing is enough for you. And I hope that this fresh start is exactly what we need. And I am sorry, but I feel like there is so much of us that is meant to be, so much about us that just feels natural. And so I know that regardless of what disappointments or losses or negative experiences we've been through, the future is so much brighter than our past. And I know that no thing can stand in our way. I just hope that you feel that too. And I hope that if you don't, you have the courage to tell me. Because I do miss you, and I can always feel when something is bothering you. Sweet souls, I'm gonna end the channeled portion there because I feel like I'm on the verge of tears. Like, what is going on with this person? Holy, I feel like I'm about to cry. All I can say from my objective point of view is that this person is quite emotional for you. This connection has put them in a space where feelings are quite complex. And sometimes when I do channel someone's energy like that, it's hard for me. Oh, there's that yawn. It's hard for me to process what they're feeling. This person may not be on the verge of tears, but they may be so used to holding so much emotion that it just feels normal to them. Whereas I'm channeling it and going, oh my God, this is overwhelming. I just need to cry. So literal tears on the verge. Let me just wipe my nose and wipe my eyes. Okay. So what could I feel? I'm not sure what's happened here, but I can tell you that when I'm channeling this person's energy, they do feel like they need to impress you. This person is very attracted to you. There's strong physical attraction, and they don't like to talk about it because I feel like this is something that they prefer to do behind the scenes, behind closed doors. But there is strong sexual attraction, strong chemistry, and I think that they use that sometimes to build intimacy in this connection. If you're in a relationship with this person, they are confused about what you want for the future because they're seeing things that indicate that you deserve a serious person. They want to take you seriously, but they feel like they don't fit into the plans you make for yourself. This person sees you making plans for yourself and they go, well, how do I fit into that? They think that the two of you are very different, almost like yin and yang. You embody different qualities, different interests, different frames of mind. And they worry sometimes that they aren't similar enough to you to be compatible with you. If there is a temporary separation, this person is missing you a lot, and they're using that separation to really think about your connection and what they want. This person is thinking a lot about the future, and they believe that moments apart are healthy for your connection because they feel themselves becoming very possessive of you and just wanting so much of you, wanting so much of your time, of your attention, and genuinely being jealous of people who are close to you, genuinely being jealous of people who you praise, of people who you spend your time with. This person may be feeling insecure and just needing a lot of validation right now. There is a lot of frustration on their part, especially with these two cards. If you have recently experienced a new opportunity in your life, or if you've been cultivating a new pathway of some sort, whether it's a creative interest or just a passion project or some sort of outlet where you're able to acquire new skills and experiment and learn, they're looking at themselves and they're going, what am I doing with my life? Here's group 4 with all of this passion and all of this purpose, and I feel like I'm just getting left behind. And it's giving them perspective on their own life, their own journey, their own sense of purpose. This person is feeling unfulfilled, and there are times when they project that unfulfillment onto the connection, expecting you to give them that sense of purpose. I do think that you've got someone who's quite emotionally aware, and they consciously intervene to stop themselves from being too much for you. They are very careful about overloading you with their problems or with their issues and their challenges. There's a lot that this person tries to handle on their own emotionally before they sort of bring it to you. And because of that, it almost feels like there's another side to them that they keep private. It's giving Scorpio energy or Virgo or even Sagittarius. Pisces does it as well, and Aries moons do it as well. It's like this other side to them. I've also seen Gemini moons get very secretive. They're either very expressionate or very careful about who they open up to. But there's this feeling here of, like, I don't know how much to share with you because I don't want to rain on your parade. I don't want to dampen your day. And so this person may be going through something that's a lot bigger than your connection. They may be feeling less than their usual confident, thriving, successful, prosperous self. And they don't know how to show up confidently in this connection, knowing that they're struggling with these feelings, with these insecurities. So there's a lot going on behind the scenes. I do just want to tap into this person's energy. Let's get some more cards. Spirit, what is going on for this person right now? What is going on for group 4's person? Tuning into their energy. Okay, King of Wands, Nine of Pentacles, insecurities, new ideas, plans, change of routine, change of lifestyle. Feeling like they need to break down their comfort zones. This person is going through a transformation. And what they're having to do is reconsider on a foundation level. They have to reconsider their routine, their habits, how they choose to spend their free time, and what they're investing in, day out. This could change their values, it could change their beliefs, but it's definitely making them rethink their career path, the way they make money, and the way they spend money. This person is a schemer and a dreamer, and they've had a new idea that they're quite excited and passionate about, but they're taking it very seriously. They're thinking about this idea on a big level, trying to make the most out of it instead of starting small. They're looking at, well, how can I turn this idea into a success, into a huge success, something that people would be proud of me for, something that I can turn into an inspirational story, something that's worth my time, worth my energy, worth my effort. I don't just want to muck around with this idea and end up in a worse position. What's fueling this idea is an insecurity. With the Nine of Pentacles, they're quite insecure about having enough, and they're measuring their success in a tangible way. Money is always on their mind, and right here, right now, they're measuring their sense of self, their sense of identity with their financial freedoms. They want to feel more financially secure. They want to feel more financially independent. They want to feel more successful. And they are thinking about themselves when they do this, but they could have been inspired to do that because of how they were comparing themselves to you and to other people in their life. This person sees their peers evolving, and it seems to be more than what they've been able to achieve. And it's making them question, well, what have I done wrong? What mistakes have I made? What choices did I make that set me back in life? And how can I recover from those losses? How can I learn from those mistakes, and how can I be a better person? So they're asking big questions, and they're really just scrutinizing themselves, very Virgo-esque, to pull themselves apart like this and to be self-critical and to just sort of do this sort of self-discovery. There's a lot going on. Spirit, how does this impact the way that they're showing up in this connection? How does this impact the way that they're showing up in Group 4's connection? Page of Pentacles. They're showing up as someone who wants more, maybe a little inexperienced, but is learning. They're also showing up as someone that's filtering. They think and they feel more than what they're letting on. And they may be trying to hide things, being strategic about what they share. They also come across as someone that's having to focus on themselves, especially when it comes to finances and time. They are showing up as somebody that values this relationship and someone that is looking for something serious, long term. Someone who's trying to be fair, trying to be a partner, trying to give as much as they take, and who's very conscious about demanding too much. They want to show up for you in the way that you show up for them, and they do believe in the word partnership, in the words compromise, and in working together to build something. It affects the way that they show up for you because they think very highly of you, my viewer. They do. They want to believe in themselves too, but you have really made them question themselves. And they question themselves in the context of their main character energy. This person doesn't want to lose themselves in a relationship. They don't want to feel like they've given the best of themselves to someone else. They believe in showing up for yourself first and taking care of yourself, as well as fostering and nurturing your relationships. So it's affected them because they need to do this for themselves. And they believe that your connection has long-term potential, but they also believe that little problems become bigger with time. So they need to address the little issues now before they turn into big problems in the future. I do see them internalizing a lot of their fears, internalizing a lot of their feelings. I also see them having deep, deep feelings for you and having deep-rooted insecurities that may have been sitting subconsciously in this person's ego. They may not have realized how many fears or insecurities they had until they tried to peel back layers to get closer to you. And as they peeled back those layers of vulnerability, they started to feel uncomfortable with what they were showing you because they themselves hadn't seen that deep in a while. So they feel like someone who's trying to show you the best of themselves. And when there's anything but the best, they try to hide it. They don't want you to see the worst of them. They don't want you to see them struggling or being human almost. They have an unrealistic expectation of how they should show up for you. This person has a lot of love for you, and they are focused on creating something with you, group 4. They want a long-term family-like dynamic with you, especially if kids are involved. It affects their ability to be human. They feel like they have to be perfect for you, for the children. If they are a parent, they're becoming more and more aware to the point where they're very self-critical over how much their kids are seeing. And they feel very concerned about showing up appropriately as a role model and as a responsible parent. They also feel concerned about not having enough time to cultivate with this relationship and with their other responsibilities. They just feel like they're not handling things very well right now. They're not balancing things very well right now. There may have been some setbacks materialistically, sometimes that comes down to unexpected illnesses, which means as you need to take time off, you lose money, lose income. Other times it could be last minute appointments had to be booked and it just felt like time slipped through their fingers or money was slipping through their fingers. So this person just feels like they're not making the most out of their opportunities in this connection and they're not handling their responsibilities well, but they are trying. With the Queen of Pentacles, this is the figure of management. They feel like you do things really well and they're modeling your behavior in that way, trying to manage things well, trying to learn how to manage things better. So where are we at? I just want to quickly ask, how do they see you? Spirit, how does this person see my group 4s? How does this person see my group 4s, please, Spirit? Well, we're taking that one. The Strength card reversed. Wow, very beautiful. They see you as someone who is restless, though. Like your energy can't be tamed. Maybe you're also impatient. How do they see group 4? How does this person see group 4, please, Spirit? Okay. 6 of Wands. How do they see group 4, please, Spirit? Okay. The Devil card, strong attraction. Page of Cups. They see you as a sweetheart. They believe that you have a fun, flirty, kind side to your personality that they're very fond of. They do see you as a sweetheart. So even if you have a harder exterior, they believe you have a soft center. You have a beautiful heart. You have good intentions. You are someone who tries to get along with most people. And you're someone that's good at reading people as well. So even if someone isn't presenting as a good person, you have the ability to see the good in people and you have the ability to discern the bad. They do think that you're good at reading people. There's an intuitive aspect to the way that you see the world. With that being said, they also think that you're feeling impatient, restless, and that you can't be tamed. They believe that you're a colorful, creative, attractive person, and they see you as someone that is dynamic. There's something about you that feels like it just moves the way it wants to move, and you don't really fit in a box. It's coming through as somebody who, when they feel passionate about something, they go after it and they don't stop. And maybe you have a lot of different interests. And so sometimes it feels like you're doing so much, but it also feels like you have the courage to be able to step towards what you want as well. And so they see you as a bold person, as someone who doesn't take no for an answer, who doesn't let things stand in their way, who really knows how to assert themselves in order to overcome challenges. There is a lot of emphasis here towards you having a creative energy as well, as someone who inspires others and who expresses themselves boldly. Maybe you have a colorful way of dressing, or you do create and make art of some kind, but you are coming through as someone who has a strong sense of character. With the Six of Wands reversed, I believe this person sees you as someone who is needing a lot of attention at this time. You may be struggling with the way that you interact with your audience, whatever that means. It may feel like there is an imbalance here. They see you as someone who needs a platform in order to perform. Like, you don't feel successful unless you have an audience. You don't feel motivated unless you have a reason. And you don't feel inspired unless you have a goal. So you seem to be very influenced by your external world. And that's not always a bad thing. But they do have concerns over who sees you shine and be this colorful, creative, attractive person. And I think that that's where some of their insecurities stem from, is the fact that you're not afraid to be loud and proud. You're not afraid to put yourself out there. And so they worry about, well, how much attention are they getting? You know, who's watching, who's paying attention? This person sees you as someone that struggles to stick to long-term plans. You may have recently changed something pretty big in your life where, you know, you thought you were going to do one thing for years and years and years, and then all of a sudden, overnight, it feels like you changed your mind and you've started something completely different. Overall, they do see you as someone that doesn't wait. If you're not satisfied with the results, with the progress, you're happy to change. You're happy to redirect, and you're happy to try something else. You don't wait. And in some ways, they see you as impulsive because of that. They see you as impatient. But they also believe that if it's anything less than the best, you won't settle. You don't settle for less. And for that reason, I think that they feel like they've almost tricked you, because they don't feel worthy. They don't feel like they're the best of the best for you, but they're doing everything they can to keep you believing that they are. And I don't think this person knows what you truly see in them, but they do their best to try to support you and to try to help you on your journey as you continue figuring out what you want to do. This person does have levels of envy towards you, but I feel like they're able to counteract those feelings with a genuine care and desire to support you. And because they do genuinely care about you and genuinely want to support you, the envy that they feel seems so natural. You know, it doesn't feel malicious. It doesn't feel awkward or uncomfortable. It just feels like your differences seem obvious sometimes, especially to this person in their point of view. The way that they don't resemble you feels like it's just blaring into their face sometimes. So that is how they see you. I'm going to close your YouTube reading by getting some advice from your archangels. Well, they're everyone's archangels, but they're going to be the ones that are spending the most time with you. So, Spirit, what do the archangels have to say to my viewers? What advice do they have Wow, Queen of Air with the Three of Earth. Now, before I close this reading with the advice, in our extended reading, we're going to be focusing on the future of this connection by looking at what is next. The extended reading delves into the future of this connection by getting more clarity, putting more of the puzzle pieces together. And in order to do that, I will be using the person A, person B format to get both perspectives of this connection. We're going to ask Spirit, what is next in this connection for person A and person B? What are their next actions? And what is next in love in general for each of the people in this connection? We're going to close that reading by getting advice from the archangels for each person as well. And the whole point of doing that is to be able to get that bigger picture of what is happening in the connection now and of what could likely happen in the future. By understanding the key themes in love for each person, we can understand how each person is influencing this connection and the future of this connection. If those messages seem helpful, the link to your extended reading is in the description box and the pinned comment. That link takes you to my website, so make sure you find your right group, your group 4 of the channeled messages reading. Now, right here on YouTube, to summarize our free reading, the Queen of Air card is an indication that, sorry I'm taking so long, I'm feeling my way into the message. Your archangels want you, the viewer, to own your power and to be confident in your abilities. Nothing about you is a flaw. Everything about you can be used as a complementary aspect of your identity, as a tool, and in some cases as a weapon with the Queen of Air. Now, whatever chapter you're in right now, your life is calling for you to be very focused on your future. You don't need to get tunnel vision right now. Don't lose sight of your goals and of your success by getting too caught in the details. Don't procrastinate. Stay on track. This reading may have been helpful, entertaining, or a good distraction, but your angels are encouraging you to stay on track and to not procrastinate your goals right now and to stay true to the truth. They don't want you to confuse yourself by getting too much information. Hold on to your truth. Clearing away all that no longer serves you. Your angels are encouraging you to be calculated. By staying objective, you are being called to make objective decisions for your highest good. Decisions that align with the outcome you deserve. Every thought, every action should be taken with the intention of getting you closer to your best possible outcome and to the success that you deserve. So how does this relate to this connection? Whatever this person is going through should not take away from who you are and from who you're meant to be. There is a lot to gain from working with the right people. And the archangels, specifically those who are here to protect, like Archangel Michael, and those who are here to help you gain the right support from others, like Archangel Jophiel. Who else? There's another archangel I'm not thinking of. Jeremiah. They're here to help you work with the right people so that you can expand and create the abundance with the right community around you. Working with the right people not only fosters and strengthens your connection with that person, but it creates a sense of community with those around you who witness what you're able to achieve together. This connection is bigger than just you and this person. And what you do in this connection is bigger than just you and this person. You both have the chance here to create something together. And the indication is that whatever you're creating has a high quality to it, and it has a long-term aspect as well. Now, this could very well mean that you're creating a child together, but it could also just mean that the experiences you're exchanging, the experiences you're having together, are all a part of strengthening you as a person, helping you learn more and helping you overcome more. It's a classic case of two heads are better than one. And you're coming through as a very intelligent, witty person as yourself. So if the fact that the archangels are saying two heads are better than one, you and this person have something to create in this lifetime, means a lot. This person's underestimating themselves, but you should not underestimate them and their importance in your life. Use your wit, use your experience, stay focused on your objectives, make decisions to clear away what no longer serves you, focusing on your objective, and use the people around you to build the future that you want, that you desire, a future with value and meaning and community. That is what I'm seeing for you on YouTube. Thank you so much, Group 4, for your time, for your energy, and for your support. Thank you for letting me be a part of your journey and for letting me read for you. I hope this reading was helpful. I hope it did gas you up and help you feel like the intelligent, independent, experienced person that you are. You are being protected, you are being guided. We spoke about 3 archangels. I encourage you to connect with them yourself. Ask them for their support, for their protection, and for their guidance. The archangels were Michael for protection and guidance, Jophiel for compassion and collaboration, and we also had Jeremiah, who was going to help you renew what has happened in this connection, to turn it into something wonderful in your future, supporting you on your journey with this person. Thank you, sweet souls, as we part ways. I wish you peace, prosperity, abundance, happiness, health, wealth, success, and joy on your journey ahead. If you're meeting me in the extended readings, I will see you very, very soon. Make sure to look for Group 4 before you purchase anything. Make sure you have the right group. If this is where we're parting ways, I hope to be a part of your journey soon. But until then, look after your beautiful self. You are the oracle in your life. Trust yourself, know yourself, and bye.